welcome to the broadcast with Amanda, Shandy, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
Welcome to the show, everyone. This is season 8, episode 26, episode number 341. How's it going?
It's going.
Delightful.
Delightful, huh?
Yeah, I just feel like I say it's going every week, so I thought I'd change it up. Thought I'd try something else on. You know,
cool.
It's good to like change your sweater every now and again.
It's like an ice cream sundae with sprinkles on top.
Yeah.
Which I happened to have earlier. So I was like, oh, delightful. That's the first thing that popped into my mind.
Ooh, enviable.
Well,
I did bake cookies last night, so I did have a cookie today.
Ooh,
yeah.
Nice.
And they're like mashed. It's like made with like mashed bananas, so it's like borderline a health food.
Ooh. There you go.
It's a healthy cookie.
Yeah, I'm in that. Well, I've been in that stage of dry January where I'm like, give me the sugars. I miss the sugars. But what I did was I found lactose-free mint chocolate chip at Wegmans. Which
ice cream,
alert,
right? Okay,
ice cream,
I was like,
sorry. Spoiler alert! I don't think it's quite lactose free. I'm just saying. I had it on Monday night. What's today? Tuesday. I had it on Sunday night, and I was pretty gassy on Monday. So, like, I don't think that ice cream was right.
Yeah.
Who knows? Anyway, whatever.
Are you sure it's the lactose you're allergic to? Then maybe it's the.
Because milk makes my tummy hurt too, like regular milk.
Yeah, but there's other things in milk that could be
That's true.
Offending article.
That's true. I suppose I could do more research if I cared. I could just also not eat things that hurt my stomach, like milk and ice cream and cheese.
Yeah, but those
where's the fun in that?
Right, those things are wonderful. I want you to be able to enjoy those things. What about
I've also been putting.
They make goat ice cream, like goat milk ice cream.
Oh,
I hear that people that have issues with cow's milk sometimes don't have the same issue with goat milk because it doesn't have the same milk proteins.
Well, that's good to know. Perhaps I will investigate that at some point. And I say at some point because I'm also thinking like maybe I just don't. Excuse me. Speaking of being allergic, that's you.
Oh my.
Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. Thank you. I'll look into the goat ice cream. 2024 goat cream.
Year of the cat and goat's milk.
Anyway, yeah. Other than delightful, any new and exciting happenings?
I saw a movie over the weekend.
Ooh, what movie?
All of Us Strangers.
Oh, yeah.
It was good. Really good. Yeah. It's with the guy who plays the priest in Fleabag.
Yeah.
Whose either first name or last name is Scott.
Andrew Scott?
Yes, that sounds right.
Scott. Yes. Oh, yeah. From Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, he was Moriarty.
Or Sherlock. He was Moriarty.
Oh, he's so good. He's good in everything. I love him. I love
He was great. He was great in it. It's good. I would recommend it.
Yeah.
Really
what is it called again?
All of Us Strangers.
Oh, you know what? Now I have heard of it because he was at the Golden Globes because he was nominated for it. And then he was in all white. And these two other dudes were also in all white. And then what was going around Twitter was somebody posted the First Wives Club when they're all in all white at the end and they were like, petition for a gay First Wives Club sequel, please. It was really funny.
Yeah. I would watch the crap out of that movie.
I would too.
Only if there's a musical number at the end. Oh my gosh. Oh man, make it so, universe. Make it so.
Make it so. But it was really funny. Which, by the way, I know that we have talked about doing 90s stuff. I think First Wives Club was 90s, but seriously, I would genuinely enjoy doing First Wives Club. I don't know what we were doing with.
To. You've mentioned it enough times that like we really do need to.
I love that movie.
It's so much fun.
Never seen it. So.
I'd be so bummed if it doesn't hold up though. I'd be really heartbroken.
Well, let's just assume that there's going to be parts that are of its era, like everything else.
That's true.
I mean, yeah. It's the first. There's only one, right? There's no sequel.
I don't think
Second
so.
Wives Club.
The Second Wives Club.
I guess that would be when the people that the first wives were left for.
Right. It's a Sarah Jessica Parker vehicle.
Exactly. The 12-year-old. Yes.
Right, the 12-year-old. Can't fire a full.
Yeah. And I have a feeling the don't get mad, get everything is still gonna hold up.
Yeah.
With Ivanka.
Ivana. Right, Ivana.
Shandy, you gotta watch this movie. It's so much fun. At least in my memory, it's so much fun.
Well, if we do it for the podcast, I will.
So let me send you this. I'm gonna put it. I think I can put it in the chat. So the caption is remake First Wives Clubs with these gays, and it's
oh hell yeah, I'm here for that.
It's Andrew Scott, the dude in the middle who I know and I can't think of,
from Abbott Elementary.
Yes, I cannot think of his name.
I don't know his name. I just know he's from Abbott Elementary.
The teacher from Abbott Elementary.
Right. The white teacher from Abbott Elementary.
Yeah. The gay liberal.
Yeah, right.
Abbott Elementary. And other dude on the end who I also know.
From Bridgerton, Bailey.
Oh, okay.
Apparently he like can really sing. There's like no, because he is in the upcoming Wicked film adaptation. He's the romantic lead. What's the character's name? I can't think of it.
Oh, he's Fiore? Fiore?
That's
Fiero?
Fiero?
Yeah, the one
Norbert Leo Bunt's character.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's playing him in the
Or when I saw Wicked on Broadway, it was Joey McIntyre.
Oh boy.
I saw Idina and Joey McIntyre.
Oh, you saw Idina though.
I did. Man. I saw her the night before she fell through the trapdoor on the stage and couldn't finish her run.
Oh wow.
Which again was only like 2 more days longer than that. Like
right,
I saw her on Friday. She fell on a Saturday, and I think her last show was supposed to be the Sunday. So
nice.
Yeah.
Good. I saw Shoshana Bean. Also
nice.
Pretty cool. I mean, no Idina, but Anyway, we digress. Still can't think of the guy's first name, but I know his last name is Bailey.
There we go. I believe you. I'm scrolling through the comments to see if it's in here, but whatever. Anyway,
to the internet. I mean, we can look this up.
We can look this up. Also, I do think though it is a delicious twist on First Wives Club.
I know. I am so here for this.
Also
Jonathan Bailey.
Jonathan Bailey. Oh, I do know his name.
Yeah, let's find out while we're doing this. Let's see who's the guy from Abbott Elementary.
Chris Perfetti.
Ah, yes, great. Yes, make this movie so. I'm so here for this movie.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I love when the internet has a good idea.
It's so rare lately. It's like the internet is just such a sad, terrible place lately. We just need these glimmers of joy every now and again.
Exactly. Anyway, moving back to a conversation that, you know what? Okay, that Shandy can understand, but not really. Just not before we move off this topic for a second. If this movie ever gets made, then we have to go to theaters, and even if we've talked about First Wives Club, we have to talk about them back to back again.
Yes.
All right.
It's a rule. I don't make the rules.
Yeah.
For this one that I just made.
Blood pact.
Okay.
Pinky swears.
Okay. Woo. Okay. Anyways, sorry everybody for that lovely long tangent, but it was lovely. It was lovely. Yeah. I don't know where to go from here. I am going to Italy soon.
Yes.
And my children go back to school.
So things are coming up roses over there.
You know what? I don't understand how our parents dealt with us for 2.5 months in the summer. Because I didn't go to camps. I mean, I would go to like day camps here and there, but it was like, here's a week of day camp. 5 whole days.
And like, I mean, it was like 3 full months, I feel like for us. But I wasn't necessarily like at home. First of all, my parents weren't home. Right. Like,
but you must have been home with your brother, right? Older brother, right?
Yeah, brothers, yes. The gaggle of us. My kids taking care of kids.
Someone was in charge.
It was the 80s. I just remember not being, I mean, yes, I remember being home and like doing, like just like having like freedom at home to just like laze around and whatnot, but also just like spending a lot of time
so
out.
My children don't.
Like I would like take my bike and bike across town to go hang out with my cousin, and then like bike back across town. You know,
I fucking wish.
And we'd like go on adventures around town. Like that's There was no adult supervision. That's how they handled it.
Right. Cars drove slower. There was.
I mean, to be fair, I was a little bit older than your kids.
Well, that's
like
true.
with these memories. Still, though, when I was their age, like
when Zach, supervision. When I could get Zach outside, they'll wander between the different neighbors' houses, and whatnot. But like Alex is still just too young.
Yeah,
like I got to keep an eye on him in general. Plus, like the older kids are, they're older. They want to do older kid things. They're not always nicer to the littler kids. It's part of life. Anyways, they do. They need to go back because we're all kind of just now getting like outwardly aggressive with each other. Like Zachary has told me no fewer than 100 times, "You don't know me. You don't know my life."
It's like, kid, you know I'm like.
No, I created you halfway, right?
It's like, oh, please elaborate on this logic for me. Play this back.
I was like, well, because then yesterday I was like, I do know your life. I've been around you for the last month. No, I didn't say that. I said, Zachary, I do know your life. I know what you've been up to. Like, I like, don't try to pull a fast one on me. He was like, you don't know what my life is like at school. And I was like, you haven't been at school for 5 weeks. Your argument no longer counts.
You don't know what I'm like at school.
I'm like, also, I have a pretty good idea because your teachers are really good at texting. Like, I know when Alex gets in trouble, which is fairly regularly. Before, like, I'm sure she's even finished yelling at him. She's like texting me at the same time. But hey, speaking of movies, this is where I was going, and then I couldn't think of. I could have just looked down at my notes here. Oscar nominations came out today, and guess what was snubbed?
A lot of stuff.
But
a lot of female-driven things. Ironically,
exactly. There's only one.
Ironically, I mean it is the Oscars.
Yeah. Right. There's only one female director nominated, and it's not Greta Gerwig.
Wow.
It's Justine something, right?
Is it that Anatomy of a Fall movie?
I believe so.
I mean, every year, like the Oscars pick one like foreign language movie that nobody's ever seen, and they're like, "This is our darling."
I think didn't it win like at Cannes or something?
Probably.
I mean, it's like we apparently like need to see it.
I have heard.
Already seen it or not?
It's kind of like the Dark Horse movie. I have heard really good things about it. I think it's picked up steam and they're at the pre-Oscar nom like bids because I got targeted like a bunch of pop-up notifications about it, like, interviews and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Also, so I'm kind of interested in it, but
before Matt, you chime in. Yes, I do remember. I think that you talked about this with us. So just putting it out there.
Yes, actually, I do too. So I am, like I said, I'm curious, but. Yeah. So anyway, Margot Robbie didn't get nominated for Barbie, and Greta Gerwig did not get nominated for Best Director. It was also nominated for Best Adaptive Screenplay, even though it was an original fucking piece.
Mm-hmm. Really? It was for Best Adapted?
Adapted. Because I saw that. I thought that was wildly like inaccurate.
Well, are they?
I was like, Oppenheimer adapted? Based on a book,
right? Because it's based off of pre-existing IP and the fact that it's based off of dolls.
Well, original screenplay has Maestro in it, and that's based off of a fucking person and his life. That's the Leonard Bernstein one.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of crazy.
And May December is what's her face from the 90s?
Mary Kay Letourneau?
Yep.
Mary Kay Letourneau's thing. Who died of cancer, breast cancer a few years ago.
Oh,
I actually do want to watch May December.
I do too.
I'm a big Natalie Portman fan, though.
Yeah.
So, but I've heard that the dude in it from the CW show, the Archie one. blinking.
Riverdale,
the Riverdale guy. I hear that he's
you're speaking to a room of almost 40 somethings.
Charles Melton. I hear he's fabulous in it. But anyway, I do want to see that too. I don't know. We are gonna watch The Holdovers because it's now streaming on Peacock, I think, which we have.
Oh,
yeah. But I've still haven't done Poor Things, which I know you've done, Shandy. But I can't believe it. Okay, what are your thoughts on some of these snubs? At least, okay, America Ferrera did get nominated as supporting actress. She's going to lose to the woman from The Holdovers, because that woman apparently is phenomenal. She's the Davine Joy Randolph, the one that's the detective in Only Murders in the Building.
Yes.
Yes.
She's like the heavy favorite. And then Gosling got nominated as Ken, to which the entire internet was like, so Ken got nominated, but Barbie didn't. It's a story about incredible. Barbie.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, there was a whole lot of I think the best comment I saw today, somebody said the people that needed to watch Barbie did not watch Barbie.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's a good point.
It's like disappointed, yes, surprised. No. It's like
surprised. Like not even Greta?
I think it's like the Academy, I feel like, is always like takes itself far too seriously. And just like awards in general, I feel like take themselves far too seriously. Like I think they loved to lift up Greta Gerwig when she was making these like quirky little indies, when she was like making Lady Bird. And now that she's shown that you can bring that same like level of artistic nuance to like a big blockbuster film, and they're like, oh, it's too commercial. You know, like
what do you think? Like, I don't know. Like, what do you think Oppenheimer was?
Like, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Right. But you know, it's a white male driven movie who has a ton of street cred, so you know that's fine. That's
very true.
The Academy loves Christopher Nolan. They're ready to like Leonardo DiCaprio him and give him his flowers for this.
That's very true. Look, I saw Oppenheimer, as we know, and I truly enjoyed it. I thought it was a great movie, but I'm just disappointed that after all of that, the driving force, creative forces behind Barbie got snubbed. That's all.
Yeah.
So
again, disappointing, but I feel like I'm still not surprised, but I feel like I have a really like pessimistic view of the whole thing, I suppose.
Which you are allowed to have.
Yeah.
Is probably right.
It's still very male and very white, and it's it's your run-of-the-mill Academy Award nominees with like a few diversity things thrown in so it looks like they're trying.
Yeah. Sort of like the Golden Globes, where they looked like they were trying, but then they let Ricky Gervais win for his whole special.
Exactly. It's like how much of it is like performative versus like, actually trying to like, live up to some sort of ideal of inclusivity and equality. We got a long way to go, folks.
Yeah, but you know what? Every year, it's like just keep pushing the Overton window. And every year, hopefully, it will move further and further over. That's optimistic me.
I love it.
Yeah. And I'm not an optimistic person, so take that for what you will.
Yeah. So someone had to bring in that optimism. So good job.
And I did it with very low energy.
Yeah. well tempered.
Thank you. Like, yay, optimism. Good job.
Yes, but all that pessimism aside, I'm still gonna freaking watch the show. Like, I'm still gonna get all up in arms, like at every category. True. It's like it's the award show everybody loves to hate.
Yeah. And honestly, I still really do like tuning in for the fashion, and I'm not a fashion person.
Well, because it's fun. Like
it is fun.
It is just kind of so removed from reality that like
Right?
Sometimes we just need a little escapism, and a red carpet can bring that.
Exactly. So speaking of not living in reality, moving into our first actually, okay, wait, hold on. Before we move on, special announcement. Tomorrow as we're recording, but next week as you're hearing this, I think next week, we're going to be recording with Melody Simpson. And she's going to tell us all about her new anthology that she helped edit called Writing in Color, and give us some more great recommendations of books. And I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Yay, me too.
So, yay! Stay tuned for that. Okay, moving on. Are you ready for our first Am I the Asshole of this year?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is a absolutely... You know what? I'm not even going to preface this or whatever. I'm just going to read it, and I want to know what your honest opinions are. Okay?
Okay.
So, it was shared in the, I believe, in the Am I the Devil subreddit, which basically takes takes unbelievable posts from or throughout Reddit and shares them in there. So a lot of the Am I the Assholes end up in there. And the thing with them is this subreddit is they copy and paste the text of the original post in the comments. So if the original post gets taken down, it lives on forever in here. Sneaky. That's how I found this. So this is from a couple of weeks ago. And it was originally posted in the subreddit Entitled People. And it was titled, Entitled Family is pissed at me for not inviting my sperm donor to my wedding, let alone letting him walk me down the aisle.
What the fuck?
So the title says, basically, as you know, the title is her upset, saying her family's entitled to making her like have her father walk her down the aisle, and she doesn't even want him.
Sperm donor?
Yes.
Oh, so it was okay. I'm understood that differently. Okay. I thought she meant it was the person who donated sperm for pregnancy.
Oh, which, by the way, did you see that story that came out like yesterday of this guy who found out that he's fathered like a gazillion kids because he used to donate. Hold on, I'll get you the stats. Hold on, I have it in my browser. This story is nuts. He was donating sperm how many times a year? About 400 times a year for more than 5 years.
I mean, what did he think was going to happen?
Well, he found out he has at least 97 biological children. Wow. But when you take into effect that, you know, a lot of people won't self-report, because this came from not from like a genetic thing. There was a Facebook group in which people shared sperm donor information, because I guess there's a national like database of sperm donors and they have like a specific number. So this is just like anecdotally whatever. So he thinks that he could have at least 150 to 250 biological children out there.
Gosh, that's like really irresponsible. Like, what if like two of them like meet out in the world and like fall in love and not realize, surprise, you're like half siblings.
Wow.
But is sperm donation like regulated like that? Like,
no, but I feel like it should be.
It should be.
No, because the whole reason that he spoke out is because he is calling for better regulation within the fertility industry.
Yeah.
It's a great point, Amanda.
And just like that stats, like that amount of people, and you figure if he's going to the same sperm bank, I mean, I don't
probably in the same region. Yeah.
Right. And like, I don't know anything about how it works. Like, I don't know if like sperm gets shared around or like
it does. Ready?
Yeah, please enlighten us.
So okay, it says there's no national regulation on sperm donations, but the sperm bank he donated to told him his contributions would be used on no more than 40 families, and 10 years later he's being it says he estimates he has at least 97 biological children in 6 different countries, but says the true number could be more than 250.
6 different countries. Wow.
That's wild.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure that all those families that needed that sperm are really happy.
Well, exactly. Like, he's not saying that he has any regrets or whatever. Like, and he said that he would be more than happy to meet with any of them that wanted to meet with him. But, he does think that moving forward, there should probably be some sort of regulation on the industry in general.
Right.
Yeah.
Because right now there's no regulation on the industry. Like there's no background checks. There's no real regulation in there. It's like, if you have the money, then go for it.
I mean, but do you have to, you don't have to pass a background check to get pregnant in other ways.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. But if a company is, I don't know, there should be some sort of I feel like there should be some sort of responsibility in general. I don't know, some sort of regulations. No?
I did not thought deeply on the question. Yeah. I'm not saying there shouldn't be regulations. I believe it. Even at the beginning, we were like, "Oh, there should be." I just don't know what they are. I just don't know.
I don't either.
Right. Thankfully, it's not up for us to decide.
Exactly. I learned about this when I read it this morning. So.
Yeah.
And in that time, I've come up with a full brief on how I think we should regulate it.
A comprehensive plan.
Right.
And maybe I'm wrong.
A 5-point plan.
Yeah, and maybe I'm misinterpreting some of the things that he said, so maybe my example is bad. But it's my understanding that there's not a lot of regulation within that industry. Okay. Back to the Am I the Asshole? Entitled family pissed, not inviting dad to the wedding, let alone let him walk me down the aisle. Okay, here we go. So when I, 26 female, was an embryo in my mother's uterus, my twin brothers, ages 31 male, my twin brother, 32 male, and twin sister, 32 female, the twins, they're 32. When they were 5, our aunt had a husband, former Uncle John, and he would babysit my siblings often. He was a pedophile, so Uncle John was a pedophile and had a lot of cheese pizza, if you know what I mean. He was also beating my aunt to threaten her not to tell anyone. So cheese pizza is a QAnon dog whistle for sexually abusing children. So when my sperm donor eventually found out, he beat the living shit out of Uncle John and threatened him to stay away from his family. But that didn't stop John from breaking into my aunt's house and sexually assaulting her. And he touched my cousin from my dad's other sister before running away. My dad eventually tracked John down, and despite having evidence to put him away for a very long time, my dad opted to break down his door, tackle him, and beat him to death. He strangled him with a cord and drowned his body in hot water.
Oh my Holy fucking shit.
After that, my sperm donor went to prison for only 5 years because it was argued as a protective rage and that he didn't intend to kill him. So yeah, I didn't meet my dad until I was almost 5. My dad was beloved around our neighborhood, being considered a hero. The twins, me, and my younger brothers, 22, were understandably kept out of the loop as kids. Later on, when the twins were 20, I noticed they had a far superior relationship with dad, as if something had changed out of nowhere. And when I asked him what he told them, they said not to worry about it. And when he tells me what happens and why I met him later, I will love him so much more and will always be proud of him, just like they are. Then when I was 20, I was told why my dad was so beloved in our community and why I went so long without meeting him after finding out the truth. I clarified that dad was a murderer, and then the room got tense, and my mom said, well, yes, technically that's true, but it didn't really matter because John was a piece of shit that had it coming, and my dad made the world a better place. Now, before you guys judge me, I know John was a disgusting pervert predator, but no one, and I repeat, no one, all caps, deserves to die. And if you think that's the best option, then that makes you just as bad, if not worse, than they are. After I told them my thoughts, they all said that they told me, well, what's done is done, and there's no point in dwelling on it now. And I said, okay, but my relationship with dad is also done. And I left. When I got to my house, I blocked my sperm donor because I refused to have a murderer as a father. Maybe if he regretted his actions, things will be different, but he stands by it and wishes he made John's death more painful. So, despite how much I used to love my father, I want nothing to do with him. Everything just hurts so much because at the time he used to be my superhero, but all that former admiration just came back to bite me in the ass. He missed the first 5 years of my life because you killed someone that didn't deserve it. After I blocked my sperm donor, everyone started blowing up my phone telling me that it wasn't serious and that all pedos deserve to go to hell. Then my cousins told me I was ungrateful, the cousins that were sexually assaulted. Ungrateful and asked if I was born earlier and John raped me at 5 years old like them, would I want him dead? And I responded with absolutely not. Then I was called an awful daughter. He even said I'm a worse niece for disregarding my aunt's sexual assault, but it doesn't matter because my relationship with my aunt was already dead because I couldn't look at my cousin the same for getting an abortion after she was attacked as an adult. And as a result, she got disowned by me as her niece because I couldn't care less. As her niece, I couldn't care less though. So she's currently also fighting with the aunt because her cousin was raped as an adult, got pregnant, and had an abortion. And she now can't look at her cousin the same. Because no one deserves to die, even innocent little rape babies. I know. The entire ordeal even affected my relationship with my siblings. When my brother asked why I disowned Dad, I told him straight up. He was 16 at the time and he was pissed at me. The twins understood my point of view, but they're understandably annoyed because they were kids at the time, so they had the hindsight to know that sperm donor was just trying to protect them. My sperm donor told everyone to leave me alone and assumed that I would come around eventually. He even insisted upon still paying for my college, which I accepted that college dinero, but still went no contact.
What?
Right? So it starts off with, okay, I can see how you feel. And then she explains her behavior since, and it does get worse. Right. You're like, wow, she's not self-righteous. She's just a fucking weird, crazy person. Anyway, okay.
Right.
Fast forward 6 years later to present day, and I'm engaged to my amazing fiance who doesn't judge my morals, and loves me for me. My wedding is in a few days, and all my immediate family got invited, except for my sperm donor, who I am still no contact with. He said he wanted to walk his daughter down the aisle, especially since I'm the first of his daughters to get married. No one realized that he wasn't invited. He's never met my fiance, so when he asked if he could give me away, I gave him an honest no and informed him that he wouldn't be invited. He apparently told the whole family. Now everyone is yelling at me and blowing up my phone. My older brother is even threatening to boycott the wedding. All of this because I'm not comfortable with an unremorseful life taker at my wedding. I'm about 96% sure that I'm not an asshole. My fiance told me it was my choice. He was going to stand by me no matter what. So I wonder if you all think, am I an asshole for not allowing my sperm donor, who I have no contact with, at my wedding because he took a life? So there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, seriously. It sounds like she doesn't actually care if anyone thinks she's an asshole because she doesn't think she is. So like, this is just an exercise in self-validation.
Like, and I went through like all these like opinions on the story as I was reading it. And then by the end, when she gets just so rambly, I'm like, I think I need like more information here. Like I need to see the court records. I need to see like the article and what actually happened, because this is clearly a very self-righteous person's accounting of a story. And I don't even know where the truth in that story lies.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like, did he beat the shit out of the uncle because he caught him like raping a 5-year-old?
Right. It's like, it seems like we're missing a ton of
but this is a wild story, right?
Right. It's a wild story.
Completely bonkers.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. It's her right to go no contact. If she wants that, that's fine. I wouldn't call the family entitled. I would,
well, she was a little entitled taking that college money.
That was the point where I
don't
was
want
like,
you in my life, but I will absolutely take your money.
He still insisted on paying for my college.
Well,
I wish somebody would have insisted on paying for my college.
Right?
I don't care who you killed.
I do agree that you shouldn't kill people. And like, we have a justice system for a reason. I do also understand that rapists don't usually, the justice system is far from perfect. Especially when it comes to matters of like, sexual assault, etc.
Mm-hmm. And this, I don't want to like make a like declarative statements here, but given some of the grammar that I cleaned up, I would be willing to bet that perhaps English is not the first language of the person who wrote this. Unless she just did massive voice to text and did not edit it.
Hey, that's totally
possible. It could be either one.
Or is maybe just very dyslexic and has very bad grammar.
Possibly. But and I was just saying that because, the justice system is especially not fair to women of color as well.
Yeah.
So I was half expecting, though, by the end, her to be like, I'll take your money for my wedding, sperm donor. But you're still not invited.
I also, I find it kind of obnoxious that she keeps calling him the sperm donor. And I know, and I've heard that before, but it's like, if
your dad was in your life for other than the first 5 years, you cut him out at 20.
Yeah.
Right. It's like the title seems very spiteful from my vantage point.
Yeah. The majority of people in here are telling her she's an asshole, and the main reasons are judging the cousin for having an abortion.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like one of the main things too, where it's like, well, you definitively lost me there because that's fucked up.
Right. And taking the money while you're no contact is
also those are details you don't have to include.
Right. It's like if the point of the exercise is to vindicate yourself,
right?
Like, why would you include that?
Right.
There's just like an
not
element
essential
of delusion.
To the story. Yeah, and not supporting your point. So you get to edit your own thing, right? As you wish,
and that's how you chose to do it.
and seriously, that's the point where I was like, okay, like, if you're including this because you're like, and see, I stuck it to him. Look how cool I am.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like I need more information. Like, what was the actual, like, because if let's say like Uncle John had fled and he like chased him and then like, beat him up and strangled him or whatever.
The strangling, that's like,
that's classic rage, right?
Yeah.
But also, it's sort of like it makes sense that this person would have like a lot of feelings. It's like a lot of really. It's like even if
it's also been 6 years, so maybe therapy.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing.
Work through that shit.
Like it feels like this is still very much like right when she found out, but it's not 6 years later. So that is a lot to work through. Like somebody that you thought you knew and loved and grew up with. Turns out they killed someone, which again, we are all more than the worst thing we ever do. And then others would argue that it wasn't even a bad thing that it's complicated.
Right. Okay.
But,
and it does say
however you slice it, that's a lot to process. But it's been 6 years now.
I'm sure it was easier to process it while not having to pay a college student loan.
Yeah, seriously.
Right. You didn't have to worry about that. So it opens up, space in your brain to
okay, so it does say that dad tracked the uncle down, but again, I truly want I truly want more information because I feel like why would he get off with just 5 years? Like if there wasn't some actual justification there, because murder is still murder.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and just the fact that the rest of the family has found a way to not forgive, but still
almost
have
celebrate.
Him right to like allow him back into their lives. So it's like clearly like this is so much more complicated than her side of the story is revealing.
She heard what she heard, and it doesn't sound like she really listened to anybody else. She just jumped into her I'm so self-righteous and moral stage.
Yeah.
Which again, it's her prerogative to be upset about that, but I don't know. She also just kind of sounds like a self-righteous bitch.
Right. But then you also have to accept that other people are going to think you're the asshole.
Yeah.
Right.
and maybe elope.
Yeah. You're entitled to your opinions, but so is everybody else.
Yeah.
Also the Pizzagate lingo, the cheese pizza, which I guess cheese pizza is CP child pornography. It's old school pedo lingo from 4chan, maybe around like the mid 2000s.
Wow.
Oh my.
And it was really picked up. It was kind of, brought out from the dark webs, out from the chans during the QAnon Pizzagate shit. So clearly I also leads me to believe that this woman is like hardcore MAGA as well.
Yeah. Yeah. That checks out.
Yeah.
So, which automatically makes me want to be like, fuck you, you're the insult. Anyway.
Ooh,
yeah.
intense.
So she's, all right. Are we thinking she's the asshole with caveats? She can feel that way, but
yes,
she didn't take the money.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's where we're at. And apparently the internet was too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The courtroom of the internet.
Yeah. Also, as one of the comments as I scroll up and down pointed out, she did substitute the word rape, like when my cousin was attacked versus when my cousin was raped. So to kind of lessen what happened to her cousin, to more easily justify judging her, cutting her out for having an abortion. And you could tell this woman has never had any real hardship in her life that has directly like happened to her, because she has absolutely zero sympathy for anybody else. And not once does she say, well, I was attacked too once and I got over it. Like, there's none of that, like, I bootstrapped kind of shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah. Good times. Not really, but good times. Wanted to share that with you guys. If you want, we could take a quick break, and we've got a little bit of feedback that we can get to. All right, we're back. We're ready to get into the feedback. The first bit of feedback is from Matt, and he says, totally second the recommendation for Poor Things. It's Emma Stone's best work. It would also make a great double feature with Barbie, as these films about female creations who discover their autonomy in a sexist world with absolutely cranked to 11 art direction.
Yes, and yes. That was a very well spotted comparison that didn't even make it into my brain until Matt said that. I love it. Very true.
I saw that comparison being argued today in terms of why Poor Things got recognition and Barbie didn't. But given that I didn't really know much about Poor Things,
it's really fucking good. And that's the thing, is like, I can't be sad about it being nominated, because it's like,
right.
It's really, really, really good.
I will get there when it's on demand.
Yeah, it's not streaming yet, right?
I mean, I saw it in the theaters like a week ago,
it's still in theater.
I don't know.
Holdovers is still in theater, though. I think it just depends.
Yeah. Okay. And I didn't see it in I saw it in more of like an art house theater.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So I feel like sometimes, they have them like
a second
late.
Yeah,
like
second run.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's out of regular theaters or not.
That's true. I could look it up. Shouldn't rely on you for all of my. I could use my own fingers and type it into a search engine.
While you're searching, I picked up my phone to see if it was playing at our local Cinemark, and instead was greeted by this statement by Ryan Gosling on his nomination. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
I am this is Janet posted it on Facebook, so thanks, Janet. Ryan says, I am extremely honored to be nominated by my colleagues alongside such remarkable artists in a year of so many great films. And I never thought I'd be saying this, but I'm also incredibly honored and proud that it's for portraying a plastic doll named Ken. But there is no Ken without Barbie, and there is no Barbie movie without Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie, the two people most responsible for this history-making, globally celebrated film. No recognition would be possible for anyone on the film without their talent, grit, and genius. To say that I'm disappointed that they are not nominated in their respective categories would be an understatement. Against all odds, with nothing but a couple of soulless, scantily clad, and thankfully crotchless dolls, they made us laugh, they broke our hearts, they pushed the culture, and made history. Their work should be recognized along with the other very deserving nominees. Having said that, I'm so happy for America Ferrera and the other incredible artists who contributed their talents to making this such a groundbreaking film.
He knocked that out of the park. I just love how much he's embodied Ken.
It's just great. By all accounts, for a long time, Gosling has been a solid dude. So I'm glad,
That was just, he like hit everything that he should have hit and made sure to recognize, that's just great.
It was Knuff even.
I'm pretty sure the I'm Just Ken song got nominated as well.
It did. And I like super wanted to win, but I feel like that Billie Eilish song, I feel like
it's okay. I'm Just Ken is more fun and
it's so good. It's such a banger.
It truly is. And I think he made this statement, and it's kind of fun because, clearly it's kind of like saying fuck you to the Academy. Like, you guys done fucked up, but thanks for the nomination.
Yes, thank you so much for the nomination, and so happy for all these other people. But
I think he kind of took a look and was like, RDJ is gonna win this. It's his, so I'm good with talking. Meanwhile, Mark Ronson's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Yeah. We still have a chance.
He's like, I want my award.
Okay, so back to the feedback. Mandy says, I'm sitting at volleyball practice and listening. Medical collections under 500 had to be removed from your credit report. Anything over 500 can appear on your report and affect your scores for up to 7 years. From my job, I know about reviewing reports from a credit perspective, but also needed to know what to expect when we started getting all Mr. Mandy's medical bills.
Sorry, Mandy.
I've gone to the doctor twice. No, I'm sorry. I had a neurologist appointment. I had the scan with the dye, the cardioechogram, something, whatever it is. Something. Shit, I forgot. I had the pictures where I had to take the pills to slow my heart rate down. I've had 2 blood tests, and I think I have the echocardiogram, actually. That's the thing on Thursday. So that's 6 different things. I have already met my deductible for the year. Whoo! The bills just keep on coming, and they are fast with that shit. Yeah. Thanks to my chart.
Yeah. Good old my chart.
Yeah, so that sucks. At least my deductible is only $750, but still it kind of sucks to have more than $750 in medical bills within not even 3 weeks into the year.
Yeah, so we're not even a full month in.
Yeah, that sort of sucked. I'm not gonna lie.
Also, speaking of my chart, why is my chart not a national database? Why I have like 5 my chart accounts at different doctors and different, like, what the fuck?
Oh, really?
How is that not like a no-brainer?
It would be so much easier.
I sort of just assumed, great, because I only have one account because I only have one doctor that uses it. But like,
I have like a different one for every. I have a couple in, at least 1, maybe 2 in California, and then now I have a couple here too.
Yeah, I have a Duke one.
They're all different. None of them are connected. Seriously,
I know. My sister sees obviously more doctors than I do in New York, and she has like 3 or 4 different my charts too.
It's so stupid.
Oh my
It is so stupid.
Make it
That's too many passwords. That's too many logins. I wouldn't be able to deal with it.
I set up the Face ID scan on the phone. I was like, I can't remember all these.
Wouldn't it be useful for you to only have to fill out like those fucking medical histories once, even though they're going to ask you all the same goddamn questions again when you actually
every year
face to face? The nurse will ask you those questions, and then the doctor will come in and ask you the same fucking questions again. But wouldn't it be nice if we at least pretended that like people could, like, all the different doctors could like share information about you?
Right. I mean, and in saying that, is it some sort of like HIPAA violation, and that's why like my chart can't be like integrated across? Like,
I have no idea. You would think that
I barely go to the doctor. I certainly don't go enough. So what do I know?
I have no idea. It's very annoying.
Yeah,
maybe it's just because it's each system's whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I did. But yes, super whatever. Oh, and then Zachary has a My Chart. Alex doesn't yet, but Zachary does. And then I've got his attached to one of mine. I think I have 3 actually.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's 2 different logins.
No, it's too many.
Yeah. The UNC one has 2 different logins for 2 different emails. One has my OBGYN stuff, and then I have to switch between Zachary's account and my OBGYN, and then the other one is a different email, I think. It's very annoying. The end.
Oh, I'm very sorry. That's terrible.
That's okay. It's okay. Life could be worse. It's just annoying. That's all. Anyway, okay. Moving on. Thank you, Mandy, for educating us.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Indeed.
We have 2 emails and a voicemail. We have an email from Jess, an email from Andy, and a voicemail from Mike. Let's start with the first email from Jess.
All right. Titled Must Watch. Hello, ladies. I hope you all had a great holiday season, and I'm glad you're back. I wanted to pass along a must watch for anyone that wants children but live in a state that bans abortion, even in the case of healthcare. A must view for anyone that thinks abortion should be left to the states. ABC's Diane Sawyer and Rachel Scott interview women that live in states, mostly Texas, that were denied abortions, even though the babies they were carrying were not going to survive and the women might die. Just a warning, have Kleenex nearby, especially the last minute. Oh, gosh. It's called On the Brink and can be found on Hulu. And Jess includes a link, direct link to Hulu to watch it. This is a comment for all of you listeners. Vote Democrat if you don't want politicians with no medical degrees to determine your health care. Amen. Nobody in the United States should have to travel 900 miles for health care. Jessica.
Amen.
Amen. Here. Thank you for sharing that.
Also, don't tell that asshole lady about it.
Yes, she will judge the crap out of you. She will. She will write you off and will judge you.
So Jessica lives in Wisconsin, and Wisconsin Democratic Governor Tony Evers announced today in his State of the State address that he is expanding access to emergency contraception as a part of his plan to bolster healthcare services for women in Wisconsin.
Great.
Nice. That's good.
Mm-hmm. That is good. I was going to open it to see what the laws were, but it's paywalled, so I'm not going to open it.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. Yes, definitely vote Democrat because guess what? Donald Trump's going to be the nominee because he beat Nikki Haley tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure. Which, I mean, are we surprised? No.
No. And Meatball
Were
Ron.
Some people still holding their breaths.
I know.
Meatball Ron, not only did he bow out, he kissed the ring.
Yep.
Sure did. Does that surprise anybody?
No.
No, I know.
Imagine.
Oh, he's the worst.
The fucking worst. I don't know. How do you have to be to gross. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Next we have an update from Andy.
All right. Andy writes in with a quick update. Hey, broads. I have been sitting here for the last half hour trying to figure out how to write this week's email. I wanted to give you an update before Colleen's vacation, but unfortunately I received some bad news recently I don't want to get into publicly. I also don't want you to be worried about me. Something awful happened and my family and I have to get through it, and we will in time. Sorry, listeners, to be so vague about this. I'd much rather be making dry January jokes about myself. Trust me. Everything else is mostly the same. Hopefully next time I will have a little more to share with you. Maybe some funny article on dating just in time for Valentine's Day. # I'm with hers, Andy. Oh, Andy, I'm so sorry.
Andy.
I'm sorry.
Sending you good vibes, my friend.
Yes. Yeah. I hope that you and your family are okay. And I hope you'll get through whatever it is. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So sorry, Andy, that you guys are going through a hard time. And I'm just happy that you have your family to be there with you and you guys will get through whatever it is together.
Yeah.
Yes. Well said.
Well said. And like Amanda said, sending you all of the good vibes out there.
Yes.
Peace and thoughts and prayers in like the non-Irish way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So moving on, we actually have a voicemail from Michael. Here we go.
Hello, Amanda, Shandy, and Colleen. I almost combined names and said something weird. Sorry. Anyway, it's Michael. I'm here with Erin. She's on her phone. Hi. So I was listening to the past couple episodes, catching up at work today, and Colleen's synopsis of Saltburn was quite something. That is not at all what the movie is about, in case anybody's going to go watch it. I happen to love Saltburn. I am a devotee of Saltburn now. I could watch it every day. I absolutely love the movie. There are, however, no demons and no salt burning them. That is not what is happening in the movie. It is not as disturbing as people pretend it is. It is like mildly unsettling at times, but way less than say like Midsummer, Hereditary. It's more like a amalgamation of Talented Mr. Ripley and Cruel Intentions. That would be what I would say. Anyway, no demons, no salt with demons, nothing like that. And
too bad.
Enjoy your show. You gonna say bye? Bye. Bye.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi. Hi.
We love you, Erin, and are sending you all the good vibes.
Sure
are.
Okay, so first of all, I stand by my plot summary. After reading the Wikipedia of the actual plot summary the other day, I was like, oh shit. So the star of it, Jacob Elordi, I don't know, Gen Z dude, was on SNL. So I was like, oh, okay, this is a Saltburn dude. Let me go refresh myself on what that was actually about.
Wait, he was in
he's been in a lot of things.
Euphoria, holy shit.
Yes.
And spoiler alert, he was not very nice.
Cool. Yeah.
But like
in Euphoria or in real life?
In Euphoria. I have no idea what he's talking
about. Personally, and
his character was a villain. He was not a good guy.
Okay.
I'm sure he's lovely in real life.
So I read the actual plot because also I edited this kind of late. So I was editing, I was thinking about it. I was like, shit, let me just go read about it. So I did, and I was very wrong, as Mike pointed out. But I stand by my synopsis because I don't know. I was kind of like, this movie seems very, very artsy and dramatic. I don't know if I should spoil anybody and correct you. I think it might just be better to go watch the movie expecting demons and see where you guys come out.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not what the movie is about, I think we should make a movie about demons
and salt.
I think it could be very funny.
I do love Cruel Intentions, so that caught my attention, but I don't really like scary, gory movies.
It's not gory
at all.
It's a psychological thriller.
I don't like psychological. I don't like being stressed out by what I'm watching.
Yeah, I have a hard enough time sleeping as it is. You can't be like stressed out by movies too.
But now I am curious if anybody out there has seen the movie, and because I'm not, based on the premise, I'm like, of course, Mike, of course you are a fan of this movie. You like fucked up shit.
He would watch it every day.
He would watch
it every day. Anyway, I do want to know what other people think about this movie. I don't think I'm going to watch it, but maybe I will. I mean, I don't know. Crazier things have happened.
I do love a pop culture moment, so I like to.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'll get to this one anytime soon.
It's all right. Mike will watch it enough times for you.
Yeah, seriously. Can just give us a reenactment, or not a reenactment, but
I don't think we want a reenactment.
No, I just probably not. Given
no bathtubs included, please.
No, just give us a synopsis.
I'm sure he is laughing at all of us so hard right now for being
just
somewhat prudish.
Just stumbling over ourselves trying to find our way out of this conversation.
Yeah. You know what? It's our show. We can just end the conversation whenever we want to.
Very true. It's our party, and we'll stop talking when we want to.
We'll talk about something else when we want to.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'll spoil you guys off air, but I do want to know what other people think about it. I'm super curious, for real. So the broadcasters3@gmail.com, or give us a call 331-276-2373, or leave it in the Facebook group. That works too. All right. I think we're just gonna finish up with the That's What She Said, right?
All right.
This is the last 3 episodes worth.
Yes. So hold on to your butts.
Oh my, hold on to your butts.
I was trying to think of what point in Jason's D everything sped up.
Hold on. It went away.
That was good.
We'll go at the end.
We did good, except I failed because I forgot to post it.
This has literally never happened to me before.
That's what he said.
Yes, literally.
You're lucky it didn't explode.
They're gonna get their stuff. They're not gonna get their stuff till tomorrow.
You're in the middle of Target. Stop it.
We are glad you popped in. There's always room for one more.
I put it in, then put the thing on top.
I'm just going to keep periodically splashing it throughout. And I did. And it worked for me.
She must have twisted it in the wrong direction.
Ouch.
Brian, I know you're dying to do this.
I was like, were you not thinking about this all day?
I'll get into it and I'll do it really good for a while, and then I won't for months. And I recently started getting back into it, and it's amazing how fast I could get back into it.
I was talking about meditation.
That was a long one.
That was a long
one. I haven't been doing it lately, but I was in it for a week and a half.
It took me so long to get past 5 minutes.
Still talking about meditation.
You'll be able to tell on my face.
Oh.
Some of them are big and some of them are little.
I'm not as spendy as I used to be.
Flexibility is key to not getting injured when you're doing things.
Generally speaking.
That's it. He's done, guys.
Decided to go more the damp January route.
When I do, it's a couple of times a week.
It was there. You could have eaten it as well.
They're too big for one sitting.
I can't put this tiny bit back.
You could get charged more if you do this.
Easing back into it. Easing back at it? What?
Easing back at it. I
don't know. Shandy did it good. Okay.
We just need to get a python. Any of them.
Get to work with a python. We're not sure which one.
I was going to save this for the end, but I can't.
I saw it and I was like, Brian!
We've plugged this so much.
I think he did a total of 4 when they were doing that.
All right, Matt. That was a lot, but it was kind of good.
It was a good batch.
It was a good batch.
Good batches, I guess, is what happens when it's 3 episodes.
You have all that pent up.
Yeah,
I was thinking we were really backed up.
We got it all out.
Oh my God. Okay. On that note, thank you, Matt. We appreciate it. Everyone, we'll see you next time. Yeah.
All right.
Excited.
Well, please send us any feedback you have about this show and hopefully about Melody's show when that comes out. The next time we're going to record live with each other should be Tuesday, February 6th. If anything changes, we'll let you know. In case I'm like stuck in Europe or something. Like for real.
You're like wishing, you're like,
or please let me get stuck in Europe.
Or I'm just so exhausted that I'm like, I can't.
Which is fair.
Which is also totally fine.
Yeah. Exactly. So I'm leaving space for myself to have space.
Yes. I love this for you.
Thanks.
Yes.
Thanks. Anyway, so yeah, the next time that we're planned to record is February 6th, and that will be my last show as a 39-year-old.
Yeah.
Again. Anyway, all right. On that note, everybody, thank you for listening. We appreciate it. Thanks to the patrons, especially the ones that contribute a certain level, and that'd be Eckhart Rigner, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the Planet, and the creepy poopy head mailman. Thanks, guys, so much. If you'd like to become a patron, you go to patreon.com/JayandJack. And I think we are due for a patron bonus show. So I'll have to start prepping that. Maybe I'll tell some for patron ears only Europe stories.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
There we go.
I had a for patron ears only.
You
story.
did.
Elevator story. Elevator
story. Do you remember it?
Yes. Story. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Will you remember it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No,
Make a note. Make a note.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Again, thank you all. Go watch Saltburn. Tell us what you thought.
Apparently not about demons.
Yeah. Let us know. All right. On that note, we will talk to you soon. My name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.